Since the United Kingdom introduced the health and care worker visa for healthcare assistant, domiciliary workers or senior carers, a lot of people have successfully managed to get jobs from overseas to the UK to work as healthcare assistants and senior carers. I know people who have arrived and some are also yet to come. I mean, despite the success stories, some people are still complaining that they've applied to so many jobs they are still not getting. So there are a lot of factors that could contribute to this, especially with your CV. So a lot of people have sent me their CVs to go through and review for them, and this is actually a very difficult task. I'm unable to go through every single CV that people send to me. So in this video, I'm going to discuss with you what you might be doing wrong and why you are not even getting the jobs. So it's possible there's something that you are putting in your CV, or there's something that you are not putting in your CV. So if this is something that you are interested in, please stay tuned, watch till the end. And in the next video, I've created a perfect CV for senior healthcare assistant job that I will share with you in the next video. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the do's and don'ts and what you need to take out from your CV, how to actually fine-tune your CV to be able to get that job that you are looking for here in the UK as a senior carer or as a healthcare assistant. So you can use the relevant information that I'm providing in this video to guide you in formatting your CV to the UK standard so that employers will pick you and call you for interview. Hello guys, I hope you're all doing well. I'm excited to come your way all the time to share with you useful information. So if you are new here, this is a channel. If you want to migrate from overseas to the UK, this is the right channel for you, because over here we do share useful tips on how you can successfully migrate to the UK. So for any standard UK CV, you realize it normally starts with your personal details, which is at the very top. That's where you put your name, email address, your contact address, and then your telephone number. But one thing I've realized, or the mistake some people are doing, is at the top part where you put the personal details, some people make the mistake of putting their names, which is fine, but then they end up putting up their marital status, whether they are single or married, divorced. They also put the number of kids that they've got, their date of birth, marital status. Employers are not really interested in this. If you've put any of these details in your personal information, please kindly take them out. So it's the first part of the CV that employers will actually look at even before they go ahead to read about your experience and all of that. So if you've got the number of kids and all of that, your marital status, it might actually not even make them see this as like a professional CV. So if you've got any of these details, please, you can take them out and just limit it to your name, your address, your email address, and your contact number. So the next thing I'd like to touch on is putting in images, pictures to make your CV seem visually appealing. It may make it look like that, but then it will distract the attention or the focus of the recruiters from your experience and your details. That is really important. So do not think putting in all of these images will make them accept you or will make them call you for interview. It may make it look nice, but then it doesn't really add anything to the relevant experience that they are looking for. So if you've got pictures or images or anything, you can take them out and just make it look nice, simple and professional. Regarding how long a CV should be, there isn't a set number of pages or words that you should include in a CV, but for the UK standard, it's best if you limit it to at least 2 pages. 2 pages is not too short, neither is it too long, because if you might think that providing a lot of information is what is best, but if you limit yourself to 2 pages, it will help you select the relevant ones, which is actually tailored to the jobs that you are actually applying for. So remember, the employers have received thousands of applications. So if your CV is a bit too long, they may not really have the time to go through all of it. So what you need to do is to just select the relevant and the most important information. If you do it that way, you realize that the most important ones are captured. So it will boost your CV and enable employers to call you for interview. So regarding the font style, try and choose a good font style for your CV. So what I mean by font style is, sometimes you can write the words in some stylish looking way, which you think might make your CV look more appealing or more acceptable to the employers. But no, that is not what they are actually focusing on. They want the experience and what you're going to bring on board to make their company, achieve their goals. So just limit yourself to standard font styles like Arial, Times New Roman, the simple and basic ones, to make it look more professional. And also, do not make the size too small or too big, just make it look more professional and standardized. Also, try and arrange the information in your CV in such a way that there will be headings and bullet points. So for instance, if you're talking about your work experience, the work experience should be like bold in like a heading format, and then what you're going to write, or the roles and responsibilities you're going to write under your work experience, should be in bullet points or even numbered, so it will make it look more professional and easy to read. So if it's all written up in like a paragraph, it's quite difficult to read. So for instance, if you want to talk about your key skills which is applicable to the job you're applying for, so the key skills can be like a heading at the top, and you can bolden it, and then the skills in bullet points or in numbers under it to make it look nice and well organized. So one thing you also need to take a critical look is when you are talking about your educational qualifications, do it in a chronological order. I'll start with the current ones first. So with work experience, you have to talk about where you are currently working at the moment, the roles and responsibilities, and how they are applicable to the job that you are going to apply for. So do not start with the job you're doing in 2020 and then talk about the ones you're doing in 2021 and then come to 2022. Start with the job you're doing currently in 2022 and then go backwards, so that their focus will be on the current experience that you have. The same applies to when you are talking about your educational qualification. So if you have a degree, a diploma, or a certificate, start with the highest one first, and then you go down to the lowest level of education. So if you've not arranged your CV in that way, try and then rearrange things in this chronological order, because this is what the UK standard accepts. Also, regarding the experience that you put in your CV, so if you're applying for healthcare assistant job or senior career job, try and include experience that is relevant to the position you're applying for. So do not include any experience that you have in accountancy or anything that has nothing to do with the job or the roles and responsibilities of the job you're applying for. So make sure you have a look at the advert or the job vacancy. Look at the roles and responsibilities that they expect you to do when you come to the UK, and draft your CV or the roles and responsibilities along that line. Do not put in anything that is not relevant or linked to the job that you're applying for. Otherwise, they might think that you don't have what it takes or you don't have the experience they are looking for. So try and then put in the qualifications and the experience that is relevant to the job that you're applying for as a senior carer or as a healthcare assistant. And then also, most people do put in hobbies and interests. Fine, you can put in hobbies and interests, but personally, I would take my hobbies and interests out if it's not really linked to any job, because honestly, employers do not have any interest in your hobbies, or that's a personal thing. So you can either decide to put it in or leave it. I will personally leave it if I think it would not really be of interest in any way to the employer. Last but not least, after drafting your CV, make sure you go through it from start to finish, right from the details, from your personal profile, from your to the qualifications, your experience, and also to the additional details, any other details that you've put in. Make sure you go through it all, check your spellings, because the last thing you want to do is to write a CV to apply for a job from overseas in the UK and get your spellings wrong. They will not even look at it at all. So please make sure you go through and check all your spellings and make sure everything is on point. If you do not have a professional summary in your CV, please make sure you have it. It's the second part of the CV that the employers look at. So the first one is normally your details, your name, email address, your contact. The next one is the professional summary. So this is where you have to actually sell yourself in just a few sentences, not a long paragraph. This is where you have to just briefly talk about yourself, what you're currently doing, your career goals, and what you think you will bring on board if they pick you. Something short and simple. So if you don't have a professional summary, please include it. So I hope these guidelines will be really useful in you drafting your CV. So if you go by these guidelines, there is no way you miss any job opportunity. Also, don't forget about references. Employers will definitely ask you for references from people you've worked with, just to testify that indeed they've worked with you before, they know who you are, they know how hardworking you are, and all of that. Some people would decide to write available upon request, which is fine. Some people would also want to provide the details of the people they would want to use as reference. So if you have a manager or a supervisor in mind, make sure you inform them, because some employers will actually contact the people that you are putting as your reference. So please make sure that if you are putting the names of people you want to use as reference, you let them know, just in case that employers contact them, they can actually testify or complete the reference form for you. I've done videos on interview questions and answers for senior career jobs. You can have a look at that, and those of you who have managed to get jobs and waiting for interview, that will definitely be helpful to you as you prepare for your interview. If you've not joined the Telegram group, I will leave the link as well. You can also go ahead and check it out. I wish you all the best, and look out for the next video, which will be like a perfect CV I've drafted to help you get a UK job, and you can use this as a guide to do yours. I don't really mind at all. So I wish you all the best in your job application. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.